NABARD Grade A vacancies for 2003 have already been out, and there are 15 vacancies that have been announced for the finance stream. The application window is open right now and is open till the 23rd of September 2023. Hello everyone, welcome to iExamP. I am Prachi Agarwal, the finance expert at iExamP. In this video, I am going to talk about the previous year papers for the finance stream of NABARD Grade A exam, what kind of questions have come, what topics have been covered. So this will be a very important video if you are looking to prepare for the finance stream, or even if you are confused whether to prepare from the finance stream or from the general stream, in case you are eligible for both. So in this video we will have a detailed look at the syllabus and how you should smartly work to cover the syllabus part and also increase your chances of clearing the exam. So let's start with first having a look at the syllabus. NABARD has given a very detailed syllabus for finance and for other streams also. Like the first topic, they have divided into 8 subtopics, which is covered in financial accounting, which will cover your basics of financial accounting, your preparation of financial statements, your analysis of financial statements, specifically through ratio analysis, certain important financial accounting related adjustments and standards like depreciation and inventory, what are the developments have been taking place in accounting, the statement of sources and application of funds, which is basically your cash flow and the fund flow statement, and the final accounts specifically related to financial institutions like banking, insurance companies, and other financial institutions. The second topic that they look at is the management accounting. This again has a vast syllabus covering topics from costing, financial management, cost of capital, credit ratings, appraisals of firms, and working capital management. The third topic consists of your auditing, again a detailed syllabus but mostly revolving around the basics of auditing, the understanding different types of auditing, the various processes and the subparts and the steps in auditing that are undertaken, and auditing related standards and issues that are given, or the points or guidelines that are given under Companies Act for the auditors, and any new developments in terms of audit under computerized environment or different types of audit. They have also given 2 more topics which actually relate to the syllabus of 2 particular graduation degrees that students may have done who are also eligible here. One relates to BBA and the other relates to BMS, both related to banking and finance. Here they have summarized almost the entire syllabus that you cover in these 3 years of your graduation course, which includes topics like auditing, business communication, business ethics, various business laws and corporate law, financial management, legal aspects, taxation, organization behavior, management, and many such other topics are given here. Now, given this vast syllabus, how should one prepare, or what are the topics which have been covered in the past? So if you look at this, this is a concise summary that I have made based on the various topics that have been asked in the last 3 years of NABARD Grade A finance paper. In 2020, please note the exam pattern was 100% objective in nature. In 2021, it was changed to include 50% objective and 50% descriptive, and in 2022 again the same pattern continues with 50% objective and 50% descriptive. In 2023 also your pattern will remain the same, which is 50% objective and 50% descriptive paper. Kindly note, this finance paper comes in your phase 2. Your phase 1 remains common for any kind of stream that you are appearing for, right? So you will have to clear it. However, the benefit is the cutoffs will be different if you are giving from the finance stream as compared to the general stream. So let's look at the finance that we are discussing. In 2020, the topics which were only 100% objective, there were 65 questions that were there. 11 questions came from financial basics, and understanding of financial, accounting standards and depreciation valuation type of topics. Ratio analysis, there were 14 questions. Costing overall and specifically marginal costing together cumulatively had 18 questions, very high weightage. Banking basics had 5 questions, financial management had 5 questions, auditing had 5 questions, general economy had 3 questions, and some other topics had 4 questions. When we move to 2021, financial basics had 2 questions, and there was also 1 question from in the descriptive part from financial basics. There were 9 questions from ratio analysis. Costing was 5 questions, company law 1 question, auditing had 4 questions and 1 descriptive type of question. General economy related questions were 5, good weightage, and organization behavior, there were 4 questions. There was also 1 question in the descriptive. There was another question from the management part under business communication. There were 2 descriptive generic type of questions that were given in the descriptive form. In 2022, again ratios had a good importance, and there were 8 questions from there. Marginal costing continued to remain important. There were 4 questions in objective, and there was a costing related question in descriptive that was asked. Banking basics got importance in 2022 with 6 questions coming in the objective side. Company law had 1 question in objective and 1 in descriptive. Financial management had 1 question in objective and 1 in descriptive. And finance news related, there were 8 questions. So these questions were very, very simple, but if you had read the news, you were very easily able to do. And majority of the students who gave last year the paper have been able to attempt this these 8 questions. So it's not that they were very difficult or out of syllabus. Auditing had 1 descriptive question last year. General economy, there were 2 questions, and there were again 2 generic topics that had come in descriptive last year. So if I look at the analysis, what was the common thing? Ratio analysis remains a very, very important topic, with questions coming from this every year, even despite the change in the pattern or not. So ratio analysis is something very important. Another important is costing, and in costing I would specifically say marginal costing. There have been questions in 21 also and 22 also more focused on marginal costing or cost terms that were used. Another common topic that comes every year is auditing, right? Again, here more basic, simplistic, direct questions on auditing have been asked rather than very generic. Apart from this, the questions vary year on year. Company law has gained importance after the change in pattern. However, these questions are again direct, not very too specific, or less known topics are not asked. Very, very common auditing related topics or directors related topics that have been asked. General economy has also gained importance. If you can see, it is important. If I either take it here or I take it like this, it is important to be aware what is going on in the economy and specifically in the financial and the banking space. So that is important, and therefore it is, apart from the syllabus, it is very, very important that you read newspapers, you read Bpedia, which is a very comprehensive guide prepared by iExamB to help you prepare for your GK and general awareness and financial awareness. So this is very, very important, something that has been seen the trend in the past years in NABARD finance paper also. You may also ask, what about numericals? Yes, numericals have been there, and in the last 2 years, if I say, there is a 1/3 weightage given to numericals on the objective side. we don't get any numericals to solve lengthy ones in the descriptive pattern, only in the objective side. So if I see in 2021 there were 8 questions, in 2022 there were 10 questions. These 8 questions in 21 were from ratios, in 22 these were 8 from ratios and 2 were from marginal costing. So that is how the split of numericals was there. Let me show you some common numericals from ratios that have come in all the 3 years. This relates to your liquidity ratios on quick or current ratio. In 2020, there was a question in which they had asked to calculate the quick ratio based on information that was given. So if you have to solve this, quickly do this calculation. What will be the quick ratio? In quick ratio, we take the quick assets divided by your current liabilities. So your quick assets will include your cash, your marketable securities, your accounts receivable. Stock is not included in quick assets, however, it is a part of your current assets. But here, because we are calculating the quick ratio, we will ignore this. So this will give you 85 lakh divided by your current liabilities, which is only single given here, 15 lakh, which will give you an answer of 5.6 times. Let's move to 2021. There was another question in 2021 when the pattern was changed. There were 2 marker questions. So the ratios was asked as a 2 marker question where a set of information was given to you and there were 4 questions based on it. So based on this information that is given to you, the balance sheet, you had to calculate 4 ratios: the current, the quick ratio, the debt equity ratio and the proprietary ratio. So I will quickly tell you about calculating the current ratio here. So the current ratio includes your current assets, which will include your stock, your debtors, your investments and your cash in hand. If we had to calculate the quick ratio, we will ignore the stock, right? This will be divided by your current liabilities, which will include your creditors, your bank overdraft and your taxation. Why? Because this is a provision we are making for taxation. So this will be included to calculate your current ratio, and your quick ratio will be decreasing the stock you will calculate. Let's look at 2022. 2022 had a similar question come as 2021, where a set of information was given to you, the balance sheet, and based on that again you had to calculate 4 ratios: the current ratio, quick ratio, debt equity ratio and your proprietary ratio. Here, if you have to calculate the current ratio, you will take into account the stock, your debtors and your cash in hand. Preliminary expenses is not taken. Preliminary expenses are expenses which the company had incurred before the company became operational, and they are written off over a time of period. So till the time they are not written off, the amount to the extent they are not written off are carried as assets in the book. Therefore, they are not considered, they are kind of a fictitious asset and therefore are not considered in your current ratio. So we will consider only these 3, and on your liabilities, current liabilities side, we will include your trade creditors and your bank overdraft. Using these, when you calculate, you will get your current ratio. Similarly, quick ratio can be calculated without including stock. So you will have only debtors and cash in hand while calculating the quick ratio. So you can see how, if you understand well, if you see and practice and attempt the last 3 years paper, you will get a very good glimpse into where you stand, what are the type of questions that can be expected, and are you in a position to prepare for it. If you are, you should definitely go for the finance stream as compared to the general stream, given the fact that the competition is much less in the finance stream as compared to the general stream. So if you want to attempt these on iExam B, you can attempt all these 3 previous year papers for NABARD Finance for free. You just have to visit the website. There you will find a section related to previous year papers, and under NABARD Finance you will find all these 3 papers. Let's also quickly look at the descriptive part. The descriptive part, as I said, was introduced in 2021. In 2021, 6 questions were given. This is how you are given. 3 questions of 10 marks each and 3 questions of 15 marks each. You have to attempt 2 questions from 10 marks and 2 questions from 15 marks each. The questions have been very direct and simple. Some of the topics have actually also been like, writing an essay. So if you see, the questions were very simplistic. First question related to differentiating and comparing financial accounting to cost accounting. Very basic. When you start studying what is financial accounting, what is cost accounting, and you have to just compare that. What is the significance of communication in business domain? Very simple direct question from your business communication topic. From management and organization behavior, they asked another topic, which is the effect of various leadership styles on business outcomes. You had to explain the various leadership styles and how they impact decision making in different kinds of business setups. The 15-mark question again were very direct. One was a detailed note on environmental audit. The other was to differentiate between marketing and sales. Very generic management type question, nothing to do with finance here. Another question, very generic commerce based rather than accounts or finance based, was what do you understand brick mortar model and how do it complements or is an adversary by e-commerce, right? So this was the question that was asked. When I moved to 2022 descriptive part, a very simple question from financial management that was asked. What are the spontaneous sources of fund and what are the sources from which these funds can be availed? Indirect way of asking working capital sources. Very indirect way of asking this. Write a short note on forensic audit. As I told you, audit, some question has been coming. Last year, in 21, they asked about environmental audit. Last year, they asked about forensic audit. What are the provisions related to buyback of shares of a company? This was a little factual question. If you have studied, you could write an answer. There are various provisions related to buyback given by Companies Act. There are also some related to be given by SEBI, but here mostly they were focusing on Companies Act and not the regulations by SEBI. So it was a factual question. If you were aware, you would have attempted it well. If not, you could have skipped and attempted the other 2 questions. The 15 marks questions discuss the advantages of cost accounting. Another question on costing that came last year. In 2021 also there was a question. Very direct question, nothing complicated, very to the point they have asked cost accounting. Explain the types of e-commerce on the basis of transacting parties involved. Another question on e-commerce that was asked in 21 also and 22 also, showing that they are asking generic question, 1 or 2 related to commerce rather than specific finance. And last question was a tax question, again basic normal understanding of tax, where they had asked 2 important documents that are used, annual information statement and form 26 AS. So if you are a taxpayer, you may otherwise also be aware this is used to disclose and give a summary of your income that is taxable, and form 26 is used to give a summary of the various taxes that you have paid in form of TDS, TCS or advanced taxes. So it gives a summary of all the taxes that you have paid in a particular year. So these were the questions that were asked. As you can see, there were certain questions that were directly from the syllabus. The other topics that they have taken had topics which you can say were something that you've studied in your graduation degree, whichever are eligible, and they give a very direct college type question descriptive to write. So nothing very difficult. What is more important is to understand what important are the topics that you should prepare from the descriptive type and practice writing. So that is something which we do very specifically at iExamB. In case you want to know the answers for these and how they can be written, sample answers we provide, and you can download the previous year papers from our website, even from the link of this video, which are solved both for the objective and for the descriptive in detail. At iExamB, we help you prepare for your descriptive part also in a very accurate manner and 50% faster by identifying the topics you should be studying, you should be preparing, and giving you sample questions to write and practice, and also giving you sample answers to help you ascertain where you stand. There will be mock tests that are given, which are checked individually by faculty for each student, and feedback is given depending on their performance, how they can improve and what they can keep practicing. So all this is a part of the NABARD graded 2022 finance stream paper also. 3 faculties dedicatedly work for the finance. Myself, Prachi Agarwal, I have a 15 years of experience in the finance field, including both the industry and mentoring and teaching. CA Pratik Taldar sir, he is a CA, qualified CA with experience of working in the Big Fours and other auditing firms. Neha Arora ma'am, who has more than 5 years of experience for mentoring and teaching. All these faculty work to help you unfold your potential so as to be able to attempt the paper both from the objective and the descriptive in a smart manner by preparing 50% faster. Based on this analysis, and this we have been giving from the last 3 years, we were the first one to start helping you guide for the NABARD Grade A finance paper in 2021, and we have very accurately been identifying the topics to study, making crisp content that helps you prepare smartly for this particular exam. So some of the important topics that you should focus on from the financial accounting part is knowing the basics. You should be revising them well, understanding the financial statements both from the preparation and the analysis point, specifically through ratios, and the cash flow and the fund flow statement. From your auditing, you need to cover the basics of auditing, understanding the nature, what are the different types, terminologies like conducting the auditing through internal control, vouching, verification, what is internal audit, what is statutory audit, the different kinds of audit like forensic, cost, tax, environment, and related standards on auditing, and specifically audit of a limited company. Here you should also cover the audit chapter given under the Companies Act. You should also cover depreciation, inventory, and business valuation from the financial accounting. When we move to managerial accounting, money market is an important topic to know, specifically the various instruments that are used and the credit ratings and risk assessment basics. From cost accounting, most important is variable costing, break even, and contribution topic, including your marginal and absorption costing. You should have an overview of methods of costing. Not too much detail is required. Why it is important is because you should be aware about all the terminologies that go into costing here. Budgetary control is another topic which I also recommend from the descriptive point of view. Working capital management and capital budgeting are other topics that you should be aware about both from the numerical and from the descriptive point of view. Management and organizational behavior and business communication are generic topics gaining importance in most of the regulatory body exams, specifically at grade A and grade B level. So these are in the trend, and therefore you should prepare them specifically from the descriptive point also. General banking and financial news concepts, as I analyzed before, also there has been a gaining importance of being aware about what is happening in the economy, what the regulators are doing for financial and banking development in the economy, and therefore this is very, very important. So 100% static paper should not be expected. This is also mostly static, but from the news derived from the concepts that are going around. These could be taxation related, these could be e-commerce related, these could be any other guidelines that RBI or the government may bring in, right? So this is very, very important, and we do this kind of discussion, general awareness discussion, every week, and a BPDI is available on a daily basis to help you keep you updated regarding this. So that's all. Thank you and wishing you all the best. Please don't forget to fill up your forms on time and make the decision right in terms of which stream you should go for. As I stated, you have the free mock tests, you have the free previous year papers available to attempt on iExamB's website, which you should go and attempt to help decide which field you should go for. In 2021, we had introduced the NABARD Finance Stream specific course, and we are very happy to share that year after year, a lot of candidates have found it useful and helped clear their dream of becoming a NABARD Grade 8 finance officer. To help you guide, we are present there to help you prepare 50% faster. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. In case you have any other queries, you can always write to us at hello@iexamb.com or call us on 920-552-4028. Thank you everyone.